In order to find a winning franchise that makes money, you need to make sure that there are actually franchisees currently performing and making the amount of money in that franchise that you would want to make. All right. So let's dive into the profitable franchise formula, right? So there's four components to it. So number one is belief. You need to have belief in the business that you're pursuing. Doesn't mean that you have to be passionate about it. I hate when people are like, I want to be in a business that I'm passionate about. Well, guess what? What's more important to you, passion or profits? Would you rather be passionate and not make any money, or would you rather make profits in a business that you're not passionate about? Passion is fleeting. What you're passionate about today can change a year from now. Think about it. So you don't want to chase something you're passionate about. What you want to do, and passions are weak. It's a surface emotion, in my opinion, right? You want something that you believe in, that you have conviction in, that you have a connection with. Meaning, you may not be passionate about taking care of kids, but you might pursue a daycare franchise because you have young kids and you have a strong belief of education and kids getting the right education, and maybe you had a bad experience at a daycare where it wasn't a great experience and something happened. So you have this deep conviction that you would want to provide a great service in your community. So not something that you're passionate about, but you would do that business because you have a belief in it, right? That's an example. Number two is it needs to match your skill sets. If you're highly introverted and you're terrified of talking to people or like potentially making a sales call, don't go into like a B2B business where you have to be very sales oriented. It's could you make it happen? Sure. But it would require you getting out of your comfort zone a significant amount. Maybe you're that type of person who can do that, but what I found is most people aren't. Number three of the profitable franchise formula is demand. That franchise, you need to validate that it has demand in your market, right? Look, my first franchise location, there were no competitors within a 5 mile radius. We got profitable in the second month and we just crushed it from the beginning, right? Part of that was because there was a lot of demand. There was no other competitors within 5 miles. Our second location, there were four competitors within a 1 mile radius. That store was a pain in the butt. We had to do so much to drive sales into that store. And so there is a reality to demand. There is 100% a reality to that. Okay. The fourth is profit potential. You got to validate, guys. In order to find a winning franchise that makes money, you need to make sure that there are actually franchisees currently performing and making the amount of money in that franchise that you would want to make. I know it sounds silly. If you don't ask the specific questions or know how to navigate franchisee validation, then you're winging it. And that could cost you, that could be devastating. Signing a 10-year franchise agreement or a lease, or just because you got excited about something and you didn't validate it properly. If you enjoyed this short clip from the podcast, you can check out another short clip right here. Or if you want to watch the full episode of this podcast, you can watch that here. And remember, knowledge is not power. It's applied knowledge that's power. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.